Was glaubt Janine, was in der Box ist, Caleb?
Ich weiß es nicht, aber sie testet Unbestimmte. Sie sucht nach einem, der sie öffnen kann.
Findet sie. Jeden einzelnen von ihnen.
And how was it in filming with Shailene? So Tia again and...
Awkward. Very awkward. No, it was good. You know, she's great. She's not only obviously a really good actress, but she's fun. And you know, with films, a bit like any job, when the job is short, you sometimes end up making fast friendships, and you know, you have a great time on set, and then you never see them again. Whereas this, you know, because we're coming back to the movies, we're doing press tours, you get to know the person over a period of time much more deeply than you would another friend on a kind of shorter movie.
Theo just said it was like awkward meeting you on set back again in Insurgent. How do you feel about it? Or
I didn't think it was awkward, but I did find it more challenging than I anticipated, simply because there were a lot of decisions to make. There was a lot of, where are Tris and For now compared to how we left them? Are they more comfortable with one another intimately than they were in Divergent, which as an audience we previously witnessed? Also, we were filming in Amity in the first few weeks, the first scene, and we were in farm clothes and there was children and horses, and it was just hard to reconcile how we were meant to be these sort of fierce tactical warriors in an environment that was littered with fireflies and greenery.
And how was it like for the characters, Tris and For? Are they closer now in Insurgent?
They are closer in Insurgent. They're closer simply, I think, because they've been through so much. But Tris holds a secret from For, and that does create a wedge, which ultimately creates conflict. But I think that that's beautiful, because you have to have conflict in partnerships. Otherwise, how can you grow together? You have to go through something in order to have made it through something, if that makes any sense.
Ich will nicht, dass noch jemand meinetwegen stirbt.
Niemand wird deinetwegen sterben, Tris.
Ich bin bloß ein einzelner Mensch. Ich bin es nicht wert.
Oh doch, du bist es wert. Mir bist du es wert. Ich weiß, was du denkst. Aber ich lass nicht zu, dass du das tust. Ich liebe dich.
Was it difficult for you to get back into the role of For?
A little bit, yeah. You do other jobs in between, and you play other characters, and yeah, it takes a little bit of adjustment to come back. You almost think it's going to be instant, but it, you know, Shay and I both discovered on the first day that you know, it just takes a few hours to remember, really, and especially, you know, we're with Robert, who's a different director, who has a different crew and a different team, and we're in Atlanta, which is a different city. We're wearing different clothes, different environment, so it took a little bit of time. But then eventually, once you do, it comes back quite easily. Yeah.
And how did For change from Divergent to Insurgent?
He's quite different in a way. I mean, he's kind of evolved emotionally. In the first movie, he's very closed, but by the end of the first movie, he obviously has him and Tris as one. But so in the second movie, he had something to lose, whereas he didn't before. You know, he had no parents really. He had no allegiance or that many friends, whereas now he has something to lose. So he's trying to protect her with everything and anything he can.
And what do you like about For, about his character?
I like you know, this kind of this strong silent type, and I like his, you know, he doesn't have to, you know, he's a man, but he doesn't have to force that down your throat. He kind of can take a step back and assess the situation.
Tris, going from, in Divergent, she was attempting to figure out who she was outside of the restrictions of the faction she came from, and outside of the boundaries of the family that she stems from, which we all do throughout our lives. And in Insurgent, she's trying to establish where her place in this world is outside of her external circumstance, while also trying to seek justice in a very corrupt system by going after the leader of the Erudite faction, Janine.
Los! Ich will nicht, dass noch jemand meinetwegen stirbt.
Chris, hilf mir!
Do you know some German? No, nothing.
Danke.
Okay.
Danke.